Hello, my friends. This is Alicia from evolveportland.com. And I had a request from some of my friends to talk about the eclipse and the post-eclipse energy. And also, I've been hearing about this upcoming planetary alignment in about a week from now, September 23rd. There's a whole bunch of planets that will be in alignment, and there are rumors of different things happening. So I've had some requests to hear about that information. So I just, before I start, wanted to let you know that I'm Alicia, and my website's evolveportland.com, and I'm an energy therapist. So I offer healing work and support to those who are transitioning spiritually or just in their life in general. So feel free to post any questions that you might have during this quick little video below, and I'll be happy to answer anything that you're wondering about. So first, let's talk about this eclipse that happened. It's been, it was 3 weeks ago yesterday, or 3 weeks ago Monday, that the total solar eclipse happened across the country. And lots of people, especially here, I live in Oregon, so we got to witness that in its totality. And you don't have to have been in the totality of the eclipse or even noticed the eclipse at all for it to have affected you. So there was a big transition that happened, and we are all still working on processing the energies that came in on that day. And so some people have felt shifts happening in their lives. Other people haven't felt anything yet, and it's coming. And so overall, the way that I see that eclipse having affected us is that it's bringing us to our truth, and it's showing us very boldly now all of the things that we're doing that are not serving us and not serving our highest good. So for so many hundreds of years now on this planet, but especially in the past 100 years, we've really had this masculine energy here, and we've been programmed to believe that we need to be working hard to earn money, and we're spending entire lifetimes. You know, we spend our entire life from the time some people start working when they're 13 or 16 or, you know, a teenager, and spend your entire life, many people behind a desk in a cubicle, maybe without even any windows, going to work every day and spending their precious life working to make money for a company or for somebody else so that they can pay their bills, so that they can be in this idea of what society tells us is happy. And that is what's crumbling apart right now, and it has been for a long time. But there's new waves of people waking up to the fact that we are not here on this planet to just be working, spending our life for somebody else, and, you know, to miss out on the enjoyment of what it is to be human. And so you know, for the past 100 years or more, people have been able to just ignore their spiritual side, ignore the fact that there might be something more than just what's here that you can see. And that isn't working so much anymore. In the past 100 years or more, people have been able to hide their true selves, hide their feelings, and those things are all coming out now, especially with this current administration. We are really clear now how everyone feels about, you know, racial matters, about gay rights, about people, you know, refugees from other countries, and about how to help people during hurricanes, and all of these many things are coming up, and there's no more hiding the truth of how you feel or who you are. It's pretty obvious now. You can look around and you know exactly who someone is. And so that's part of our transition as we transition more and more into connecting with our intuition and our higher powers of, you know, we've got this sense where we can communicate with each other and with spirit, and you know, we're waking up to that more and more. And so with this eclipse, it's really bringing up for all of us, in a very brutal and honest way, all of the things that are not serving us any longer. And when we transition, when you go through that transition of walking into your truth and finding a way to live that's in alignment with who you truly are and what your heart is calling you to do, it's messy and it's brutal and it's hard. And a lot of people are going through that right now. So the actual day of the eclipse, I felt that was a real message from Spirit for so many of us who have been doing the work and have been, you know, plowing through our struggles and our pain and looking at the darkness that we're clearing and healing and healing and healing. And it feels like, you know, it feels like you're never going to get to the end of that healing. And that eclipse and that day, oh my gosh, it was just this like giant hug from Spirit, you know, just this feeling of overwhelming love and overwhelming support from something bigger. And it was this message that there is more than what you're seeing. There is more than what you're experiencing, and that we are so much more than what we appear. And so that day was kind of, I felt like it was a real, just kind of a, you know, just little gratitude from Source of telling us, yeah, you're doing a great job, but now there's more work. And so that's what's happening. So a lot of people are stepping into their work now of supporting others. A lot of us have gone through so much and now have the strength to be able to support others and just stepping into their life and into, you know, into what it is that their heart is calling them. So whether that means leaving a toxic relationship or a toxic career or, you know, a move. Sorry about that. I just got a call. Whatever it is, you know, for you, it's there to show up and tell you, you know, it's time to step out, and it's super duper scary. And we all have to just trust, you know, every step of the way that whatever it is that your heart is calling you to do, that's your guidance from above. That is your guidance from your higher self and from your heart and from the higher vibrations that are calling you into being the bigger, most amazing human that you can on the planet right now, as we help this earth to transition to a higher vibration. And so right now it's time to do the work, and that's what's happening. It's very clear what's not in alignment. There aren't so many questions anymore, and if there are, that's where getting support, whether it's through astrology readings, acupuncture, chiropractic, or energy therapy that I do, or readings from other psychic healers that you trust or that you're called to work with, whatever it is, following that calling and following that path and doing that work, because, you know, you're not alone in this, but nobody knows what you're called to do. You're the only one that can listen to your heart and can do what it is you're called to do. None of us know how long we're going to be alive. None of us know if we even have tomorrow. And so I've really come in the last even few days to notice that every single thing that we think that we can't do, we have these stories in our mind, and we have these excuses that we make up that we're totally making up. It's a story. It's not real. And so taking time to look at that, and what is your story, and what is your belief, and is it true, and is there a way around it, and how can you honor this precious life by doing the things that bring you joy and fun, and healing the things that are keeping you from that. So I offer services to help you take kind of a shortcut through that healing, if that's something that you find value in. If you want to invest in taking shortcuts through the healing journey, there are options. So that's available. Now, as for this upcoming planetary alignment, all my sources or all my guidance, I spent some time really kind of talking to my guidance above or within or wherever it is existing there. And, you know, we all want there to be this like one date, right? This one date. Was it Y2K? Or is it going to be September 23rd? Or was it going to be December 21st of 2012? You know, we all want there to be this one day where we are just going to all of a sudden, poof, something big happens and the world ends, or it begins, or maybe all of these like spaceships arrive to save us, or, you know, we all want to be rescued. And unfortunately, once again, I don't see that happening. So September 23rd is a date. It's got religious connotations. So there are biblical alignments having to do with Virgo, and that's where that is coming from. However, I don't see that as a specific date. So there are some serious astrological alignments coming at the end of this month and in October. And I do have some really great references for astrology if you're looking for somebody that can help you look at, astrologically what's going on. But I do not see September 23rd as feeling like any other day. We are not able to just be healed in a day. There's not just this all of a sudden one day where everything's gonna happen, okay? I mean, it doesn't work that way. And so I'm sorry to burst your bubble, and maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe something amazing is gonna happen on that day, but I don't see that happening. So it's really about taking the time to integrate and heal and absorb these new energies that are coming in. So I will do another video in the future because it's a long, I could talk forever about it, but the solar flares, okay? Our sun has been really active, and just a couple days ago shot off like the biggest solar flare in 100 years. Luckily, the sun was pointing the other way, so that solar flare isn't aiming towards a planet. Otherwise, our planet would probably be devastated, so it's like this big deal. But the sun is active, and when these solar flares when the sun releases them, it affects us. It affects our consciousness, and there are actual studies on that. And so our sun, even though it's been sleeping, and even though it's at the end of its 11-year busy cycle, it's been really active here in the last few days. And so if you've been struggling the last few days, and if things have been coming up, that's why you're feeling it, because it is huge. There's no way around it. The sun is our source, and when it's awakening us, there you go. You cannot avoid it. And there's now scientific evidence about the way the magnetism on the planet Earth reacts when the sun releases these rays. And it's not related to when the radiation actually reaches our planet. It's related to the exact moment that sun is releasing the solar flares. And so they know that at some level our planet is connected to the sun, some type of a matrix, or scientifically they don't know exactly, but we are affected by that. And so that's been happening also. And I don't remember where I was going with that, but I just wanted to say that, there's a lot of stuff happening, and really we are just being called to listen to our bodies and pay attention to what you need. Take care of your basic needs over and over. That's been the message this week. Like, drink your water, eat your good food, exercise if you want, stretch, swim in the ocean, swim in the river. That's my big thing, is the river. It's so healing, being baptized by the earth, my friend Abby says. When you're in a waterfall or you're in the earth's waters, just letting that clear you and take you away, because physically our bodies are dense. We're here in the third dimension on Earth, and our bodies are trying to integrate this energy from the sun and this, this transition that's happening, and we really have to help our bodies to do that. So if you're feeling like you need a nap, you're feeling really tired, you're feeling like you need a rest, it's because your mind needs to get into that theta state where it is resting so that you can integrate the new upgrades that are coming in. Our DNA is being awakened, you guys. Our DNA is changing. All of that junk DNA that science has been saying is, oh, we only use 15 strands or whatever it is. No, that's not really the case. It's awakening, and our Akashic records are held there. Our past lives are held there. Our connections to our soul are held there in our DNA, and that's all being awakened, which is really, really exciting. And it's also really, really tough right now, because it means clearing out all the BS and clearing out all of the programming that we've been receiving our whole life through our society, through our news, through the way we were raised, through the fears of our parents and those around us. And so we're clearing all of that. And the clearer you get, the easier it is to see. And it's time to just be really living, doing those things that your heart's calling you to do. So let's not worry about September 23rd. I hope it's a really beautiful day. I don't expect anything different than any other day. You know, we're going in these waves and we're all processing them at our own pace. Some of us react to astrological alignments a couple days before or a couple days after, or you know, like we all go at our own pace because we're each individual and we're each vibrating in a different vibration. So just listen to what your heart is asking you to do. Feel free to contact me if you want support. I have soul realignment clearings that I offer. They're $386. That sounds like a lot of money, I know, but it is an absolutely life-changing process. You can go on my Facebook page or on my website, evolveportland.com, and see testimonials. People have done everything from lose weight to heal relationships, to break off relationships that were toxic, to you know, changing patterns and thoughts and behaviors that they've carried their entire life. So there's lots of different things that can come through. And the other beautiful thing with those readings, so I do the reading on my own and then we record it on the phone so you can listen to it as many times as you want. And then you also get this prayer that's a 21-day prayer. And that is really beautiful because it's specific to you and specific to what comes up and to what we're clearing. And then it gives you this something. It's not religious. You know, you're praying to your higher self, your angels, your guides, the Akashic records, whatever it is that you're believing in. You're praying to that, to bring in this 21-day prayer, to give you a ritual to do that reaches all of your parts of your subconscious, your conscious, your superconscious. And it's a really beautiful thing. So I definitely recommend, if there's something big that you're wanting to do. You know, I don't know if I've ever had anyone come to me and say, I want to change this one thing within the next 2 months, and then have it not happen. It happens, you guys, when we clear what's blocking. We can see energetically what's blocking and we can clear it, and then there you go, and then you're on your way. So it's really beautiful, amazing work. I just can't I wish it was easier to explain it, but every one of us is so different, and so the work is so different with every single person. So there's that. I also am still doing the tarot readings for $20, which is like super awesome to get some clarity just on if there's like a specific question or something that you're looking at. So consider that. And I'm here and I want to support you, and I'm sending so much love, and you know, my sister's in Florida, that hurricane, I talked to her kind of through that, and the eye of the storm actually went right through her town in Gainesville. So there's lots of stuff going on there. And you know, these storms, as it happens on the outside and in the macro, as it's happening planetarily, it's also happening within us, in every one of our cells and every one of the bones and the waters in our bodies, and you know, the mountains in our bodies. And so we are raging the same way the fires are raging, and the same way the storms are raging. But you know, how beautiful are these connections that are being formed, and how beautiful are these people who are awakening to being assisted by those who they once believed were their enemies, or you know, whatever. There's so many things happening through this process that's a beautiful situation. So okay, I wanted to keep this short. Sorry it's long, but I'm here, and if you have any questions, post them below and I'll make sure I answer anything that you need answered. Okay, I'm sending big love. I'm gonna go to the river because the forecast says we've only got like 3 more days of sunshine. So I'm gonna go jump in the water, and I'm sending lots of love to all of you out there, and I hope to see you soon. All right, take care. Big love. Bye-bye.